English class. Today we are going to read a beautiful narrative, A Different Diwali. Children, by reading this beautiful story, you will understand that happiness comes from being content with what we have and also to share with others. Children, this beautiful story was written by Swapna Datta. Swapna Datta is a popular children's writer. She had been writing stories and poems for children for more than 40 years. She has received many awards for her plays and short stories. This story is about Tinku, who is sad and lonely on the day of Diwali. She then meets Nima and suddenly everything changes for Tinku that evening. Let us read an extract from Tinku at Dulyatal by Swapna Datta. Tinku was disappointed. All her friends had gone off to other towns. She had been looking forward to spending her first Diwali in a new place with new friends. They had told her so much about what fun they had at Dulyatal during Diwali. And after telling her all that, they had left her and gone away. Children, would you be happy or unhappy if you had to live in a new place? Would you miss your friends, schoolmates and school? How will you try to adjust in a new place? Do you feel it is right to grumble about every small thing that you do not like? What was a festival without friends, isn't it? She had a box full of fireworks, plenty of sweets, and a lovely new dress to wear. But nothing seemed fun anymore. Don't look so gloomy. It's Diwali after all, said her mother. And it will be so new for all of us. Baba and I will take you to see the dancing and the campfire. So Tinku is very sad because it's Diwali time and still, in spite of having all her fireworks, chocolates and a new dress, she's still sad because all her friends had gone away on a vacation and she is alone. So her mother comforts her saying not to be sad. Okay, she says, we will take you to see a campfire and dancing. Anyway, Tinku decided to go for a walk by herself. Can't you look where you're going? Said a soft voice as Tinku bumped into someone absent-mindedly. Tinku jumped. It was a terrible habit of hers, walking without looking. Sorry, she mumbled. You shouldn't walk into people like that, said the girl who was sitting on a rock, a torn shawl wrapped around her. I might have fallen down. Well, you could have moved when you saw me coming, couldn't you? Said Tinku at once. I couldn't see you coming, said the girl. Why not? Tinku asked, surprised. There's no mist now and anyone can see for miles. Because I can't see, that's why. So children, while Tinku went out for walking, she bumped into another girl who was sitting on a rock. So that girl is quite shocked. They both bumped into each other. So the girl asks, can't you see that I'm sitting here? I might have fallen down. So, as it is a usual habit of Tinku walking in without looking, she mumbles and says sorry. She says, well, I didn't see you, but at least you could have seen me and moved away. But the other girl says, I couldn't see. Tinku asks, then why not? It's not misty or foggy here. The girl says, because I can't see. The girl says that She was blind. Tinku was horrified. She had never met such a person before. "Can't you see at all?" she asked, watching her. "No," she said simply. "You don't live here, do you?" asked Tinku. "I've never seen you before." "We live in Tikri, 2 hills away. My father is here to play the flute for the dancing tonight. He brought me along because we have nobody else and I didn't want to stay home alone." "Then why didn't he take you with him?" asked Tinku. "I did go with him 1 year and got pushed by a crowd of people. It was not their fault. They didn't know that I couldn't see." This was a new feeling for Tinku. Here was someone her own age who couldn't see the Diwali lights or fireworks, and yet she didn't seem to mind. She feels very sorry for that girl. Okay. "What's your name?" she asked. "Neema. And yours?" "Tinku." "Come with me to my house. Our gardener will inform your father where you are. You can't stay here all alone." "Oh, I always stay here," said Neema. "I don't go anywhere with people I don't know. Father says I shouldn't." "Well, you do know me," said Tinku. "I have told you who I am, so I am your friend." "Are you sure?" Neema sounded puzzled. "Your mother may not want me there. No one ever calls me home." "My mother will be happy to see you, and I want you to come," said Tinku, taking her hand. "It's no fun being on my own. I am glad you're here." So Tinku invites Neema to her house, and she says she will be very happy to have Neema's company in her house because she herself is very, very lonely. So Neema goes with Tinku to her house. Tinku's mother saw that Neema looked both cold and hungry. She called them in and gave them tea and sweets. Neema was shy and refused at first. "Don't be silly, it's Diwali. We should have a good time with friends," said Tinku's mother, as she wrapped a warm red shawl around Neema's shoulders. Children, at first Neema was doubtful if Tinku's mother will like her going to their house. But Tinku's mother seemed to be a very kind lady. She not only offered them tea and sweets, but also gave Neema a red shawl to wrap around her because, as we know, her shawl was torn at various places. So Tinku's mother is such a kind woman that she gives her a new red shawl to wrap around her. "Thank you for the lovely tea," said Neema shyly. "I have never tasted such delicious sweets before." So Neema is so thankful and so happy, okay? She says, "Thank you for the lovely tea." "Go and play now," said Tinku's mother. "It was good to see you." Tinku looking so happy. So Tinku's mother is also very happy because Tinku is also happy on bringing Neema to her house. So Tinku's mother says, "Okay, go and play now." Tinku is also happy. So both Tinku and Neema go out to play. Tinku and Neema spend a happy evening. Tinku gave Neema lighted sparklers to hold. Neema shrieked excitedly as they spluttered. She cried out with joy at the noisy bombs. So finally, Neema also found a new friend. Both Tinku and Neema enjoyed the Diwali evening by lighting their sparklers which spluttered. Neema was so happy that she cried out with joy at the noisy bombs. Okay. Neema's face shone. She says, "You're nice, Tinku." I've never had such a nice Diwali before, and your mother's so kind. I wish I could remember mine, but I can't. From this, we understand that Neema doesn't have mother also. Okay, she has lost her mother and she doesn't remember her also. Besides, she's so thankful. She says, "You're so nice, Tinku. I've never had such a nice Diwali before." Her words made Tinku feel strange. It was sad, Some people had so much and others so little. Her teacher often said, "Count your many blessings." Tinku now understood what her teacher meant. A changed Tinku learns the true meaning of happiness. She learns to count her blessings.